Am I afraid? The reason I'm not afraid is because I don't see any other choice. I don't see the point in being afraid because I don't see any other option. If you refuse to fight in a war, you don't eliminate wars, you only eliminate yourself. If you have an opponent who is set on attempting to destroy you, and you say, well, I don't want to fight, that doesn't make the war go away. That just makes you go away. They're coming for any single person who has a degree of sovereignty about their mindset. They're coming up for anyone who refuses to believe the slave programming, for anyone who wants to have a happy family and a good life, for anyone with any degree of masculine imperative, for anyone who has a degree of individualism. They're coming for all of us, and they're trying to make us all slaves. And I have a massive influence, yes, so I'm a primary target, but they're not just coming for me, they're coming for absolutely everybody else. And I don't see why it would be prudent for me to sit and say, oh, well, they might kill me if I continue to talk, so I'll just shut up, and then maybe they'll kill me later, along with everybody else. I think I'll feel happier in myself knowing that, no, I went down guns blazing. And I think it's pretty obvious now to anyone with a brain what their agenda is. Their agenda is mass surveillance, firstly, because that's how they make money nowadays, via surveillance. Capitalism and surveillance have gone hand in hand, that's the first thing. And second, by extension, is mass slavery. And I know that's coming. So am I afraid? Kind of like, are you afraid of being struck by lightning if you go outside? I guess my option is I could take all my money, disappear, and shut up. But the war is certain and it's coming for us all anyway. And I've said this on other podcasts, but it's true. You either fight against this garbage they're trying to inject into everybody's minds, and you're at war against them, or you believe all the garbage they tell you.
China has identified the cause of the mysterious new virus.
The controversial influencer Andrew Tate and his brother have.
In Ukraine, President Vladimir Zelensky is describing.
If you believe the crap they want you to believe, you're depressed, unhappy, sad, miserable, lonely. So what's the choices? You're going to fight something. I'd rather fight my enemies than fight myself. So yeah, I'm on my last life. And I would never kill myself. And I smile every day. When I was in jail, I think there was 3 or 4 suicides in the first couple weeks, but it was making me very nervous. I was like, are they setting up a pattern here? Suicides. It's scary. It is scary. Yeah, it is scary. So I have to make it very clear. And I also think another reason I'm so happy, despite the fact I feel like I'm a public enemy, is because being happy angers these people. My only weapon against all of these people and all this garbage is to smile. There are people sitting in a dark room right now. There are people in a room right now, as we speak, full-grown adults, professionals, trying to put me in jail. There are teams. There's a prosecutor and his underlings sitting there, analyzing my entire life, every message I've ever sent, everywhere I've ever been, and what I've ever spoken to, ever. As we speak, trying to put me back in a dungeon. At the same time, there are people sitting around trying to cancel me, get me off the internet, make sure I have no influence, no work. They're sitting there. They've frozen all my bank accounts, have taken almost 20% of my car collection. Almost. They've put me in jail, and they've done all this to me, and they're sitting there trying to attack me, and I smile. That's my weapon. I don't care. And that resilience is how I fight against them, because I believe this is a spiritual war more than anything else. The reason they're trying to attack me is because I'm seen as a hero to so many young boys, and that inspires bravery in the young boys, so they're trying to kill the hero. So I can't allow them to make me sad or miserable or depressed. I refuse. I refuse. I will smile in my jail cell. I refuse to be afraid or scared or depressed. Happiness wins. Love wins. I'm happy. Shoot me. I'll smile. Does that benefit me? I believe so. I'm hard on myself because life is hard. If someone were to say to me, do you want an easy life? I'd say, that sounds boring. I mean, did Genghis Khan want an easy life? Did Alexander the Great want an easy life? Did any of the men you can remember from history, any of the ones that actually matter, ever want an easy life? If I meet a man and he says, I want an easy life, I just want a stress-free life, I look at him and think, you're born to lose. You're born to lose, sir. You have your stress-free life, and you can serve me my latte, and you can f*** off. Because life is war, and it's gonna be stressful. Life is war. Every single aspect of life is war. Not losing your temper in traffic on your way to a podcast is war. Trying to get a girl that the other guy wants is war. Trying to buy a Ferrari that everybody else can't afford is war. Training is war. Fighting is war. Life is war. I see war everywhere. When I see a big, beautiful oak tree, I don't see a big, beautiful oak tree. I see a tree that destroyed all the saplings around it and crushed them mercilessly. It's war. Life is war. So that's how I view it. I guess the only disadvantage of being so hard on myself, because I don't see any disadvantages, because I have zero self-sympathy. I blame myself for absolutely everything. Even this Matrix attack, I want to make it very clear. I'm not looking for sympathy on any level. I'm not an idiot. I ran my mouth on the internet for a very long time. Let's all be professionals here. Let's be smart. The Matrix has decided to character assassinate me. They have gotten all of their media establishments, all of their bullets. They fired every fucking bullet at me. Do you think they're not going to sit there and go, what other bullets do we have in the chamber? Who's his primary audience? These guys. Which cuck do we have who obeys every word we say, who also is somehow listened to by some of his guys? Logan. Go to a podcast, Andrew's back. Whether it was YouTube, whether it was his manager, whether it was his boyfriend, fuck knows who. Someone sat there and said, do this. And they sat there for 2 hours saying, Andrew's so evil. Like a bunch of pussies, because they were told to. I pissed off very important, powerful people. And they put me in a jail cell. I sat there in jail like, well, I'm here for the wrong reasons, but all in all, fair enough. You run your mouth and you piss people off.
He's dirt and he's ugly because he's an asshole.
I think he's the most sexist man alive.
No, I can't. Fuck Dan Andrews.
Because he fucking sucks.
Wonderful. Fuck you.
They're going to try and teach you a lesson. That's how the world works. Like, I'm not going to sit there and feel sorry for myself. I guess the only disadvantage of being so hard on myself is that I'm extremely hard on others. And some people find me difficult to deal with for that reason. They'll be like, oh, I'm struggling with this. I'm like, I do not give. It has to be done at this time. Oh yeah, but. I don't care. You will lose your job if it's not done at this time. And I guess I can be ruthless, but why would I have sympathy for somebody else I don't have for myself? If I'm going to be so strict on myself, why would I allow sympathy for others? If I know I'm going to do it, I'm going to hold them to my standard. Life is war, life is hard, you're supposed to be hard on yourself. Perhaps most men would benefit from being a lot harder on themselves. I think I see a lot of men coming up with a lot of excuses for permanent failure. I see it all the time. I don't want to hear it. It's garbage. It's hard for everybody, and you're going to have to just be harder on yourself and pull it off. Or fail.